Going forward, my fourth curiosity has to do with you as in person. And in the last three curiosities, you have been, very open about the kind of people you work with, or this industry work with. You have been very open about, the innovation, and you have been very open about what are the opportunities this particular pandemic has created for a segment as a whole. But as a leader, we also believe that we have magnets of talent, as you say. So, what advice would you like to share with budding leaders and entrepreneurs from experiences of your life?
So, as I said earlier, you see, leaders in society, in whichever field, whether it is politics or business or sport, most of the time you see, while the leader is a contributory factor, he has no free lunch. But the leader is not always doing all the jobs.
Correct.
In fact, he may not be the best player or the best person with the highest output.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, what do leaders do? Basically, 4 or 5 things. You see, we are basically what I like to call magnets of talent.
Yeah.
If I'm a good leader, I acquire good credibility. There is positive word of mouth. So people would like to work with me. Not because I'm great, but because part of that word of mouth is that this gentleman or this manager, he allows you to do your job.
True.
And doesn't get in your way. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we tend to get that positive baggage.
Mm-hmm.
And people want to come to work with us. So one is we are leaders of the company. We are leaders and we are magnets of talent. And talent is resource. Mm-hmm. There is a war for talent amongst companies. So why does company A do well and company B do averagely and company C goes downhill? Because they have good leadership. Because the leader attracts better quality talent. Right? So that's first and foremost, the leader's job is to attract talent. Attracting talent and making sure the talent stays. You can't attract talent and then jettison them. Right? So attracting, retaining talent as the magnet of talent. That's the first job of the leader. The second job, if you look at it, is to provide resources. Right? They may need men. Men are also resources, although most people think differently. Men are also good quality resources. Right? So men, money, machinery, they need to provide resources. They need to give a sense of broad direction. This is what we need to do. This is what we can do. This is what we should do. Right? And at the end of the day, give a sort of inputs, analysis. If there is a win, very good, great. This is what you did well, and that's why we got this win. Can we take it to the next level? If there is a loss, no problem. Nobody is perfect. Let's learn, right? And let's then make it into a win the next time.
Correct.
Analysis, giving feedback. If they do well, giving them a box on the back. A pat on the back is now passé. Our youngsters, you give them a punch on the back, they're happy. So, the credit of the win must go to the team. As a leader, one of the things I have followed throughout my life, I will fight my team with passion. I will disagree, I will debate, I will dispute. But when we reach a consensus, it's their way, to the highway. Right? I will never take credit. Because it's not the job of the leader to take the credit. The credit is to the team. He has fought you, he has displayed passion. Either he has got convinced by you or he has convinced you. He has done the job and he has produced results. So he deserves the credit. In my life, I have never ever taken credit. And वैसे हमारी औकात भी क्या है? ऐसा कुछ नहीं, average, very average. तो credit लेने के लिए कुछ है भी नहीं, right? So that is one side of leadership. Now, if you look at leaders, this is what the leader is for. Now, with my team, I have a broad understanding, and it's also part of our company code of conduct. Any activity, any initiative, any process, or any behavior, it must stand the test of four things. Number one, legality. Number two, ethics. Number three, compliance. And fourth, but most importantly, the rule of the law. Right from the first time I started working, it was drilled into us that if you take a shortcut to success, that success is not only very short-lived, that success is not worth it. So, as a fresher MBA management trainee, in my very first year, I learned this lesson. And it's sort of deep dived and drilled into me. I'm fortunate that I now work for a company which totally ascribes to this theory. So that is second part of leadership. The third part of leadership is, as leaders, we have to make our organization ready for the future. Our job is not to play today's marbles or fight today's shots or score today's goals and capture today's wickets. It's no. We have to plan the future and make sure that the organization is future ready. If you ask me, these are the four sort of, Hindi mein isko bolte hain padan. I would say these are steps up the ladder of leadership.
Okay.
The order you can decide depending on the stage at which your organization is in its evolution. In certain organizations, you start with one, but eventually, in the first four steps, you have to have these actions which you need to take, and the philosophy you need to follow. This is my opinion. Since you asked me, I'm sharing with you.
So,